I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk about words. Words are a powerful tool, a destructive, nurturing, inspiring force of human creation. An ability to crush dreams, enrich the rich, steal from the poor and inspire nations. It's intoxicating, isn't it? To have this world where a simple word can change the meaning of your life. There is one word, however, I'd like to discuss with you. Fate. Now, whether you believe in fate is entirely your choice. You may choose to believe a destined path for each of us, or not. It's up to you. What does matter is how you choose to interpret this word. A trick my mother taught me when I was young was that if you say a word often enough, it loses all of its meaning. Our minds twist the letters as we speak them, changing and moulding them. Fate, 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 fate. You see? It's interesting, isn't it? Not only does it have the power to hurt and heal, words have the power to shift and evolve. Let me take you back to August 2011, when the streets of Tottenham were set ablaze after police shot and killed 29-year-old Mark Duggan. Now, David Cameron, the Prime Minister at the time, gave us an explanation for this. He called it a broken society. A society that is rife with poverty, divorce, violence and neglect. He would have you believe that this society is destined to be rebellious and violent. I would argue differently. Allow me to tell you a story of two young boys, one named John and the other Tom. We join this story at age 10, where John and Tom experience their journey into the meaning of fate.
My name's Tom. I like reading and watching old films. Star Wars is my favourite. I like Anakin. I like to play football with my best friend John. I play as a striker and we pretend that we are Arsenal. I was playing today with John, but Mum wanted me to come home early because she had been crying. She told me to go to my room and wait for dinner. She was making my favourite, shepherd's pie.
Hello, my name is John. I like cars and Arsenal is my favourite football team. I like swimming and running and playing football with Tom. He's my best friend. My dad bought me a PlayStation today. I'm so happy.
Unfortunately, Tom didn't get to enjoy his shepherd's pie that night, and John didn't play on his PlayStation either. And here is why. Dad came home early, didn't look happy, Mum was still crying, and both sisters hadn't said a word all night. Then, each of the boys' fathers spoke. Now son, nothing will change, and your mother and I, we both still love you, of course. We have decided we aren't going to live together anymore. It's just too difficult for us. I'm sorry. We both still love you very, very much, and nothing will change. But your mother and I, we just don't love each other anymore. And I'm leaving. But why? They both cried, too young to understand the intricacies of love. Each father had left that night, and neither John or Tom got any sleep for many nights after that one. Divorce is a tricky word to deal with. It has the ability to bring pain to many. Two little boys grew up very quickly that night. They experienced something that would change them forever. The saying goes that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but that doesn't stop the pain. The paths of John and Tom were similar but different, so I'll allow them to explain.
I turned 17 today. It was quite a good birthday actually. Mum bought me my first driving lesson, so that'll be fun. She also bought me some socks. I hate socks on my birthday. My granddad told me I had to grow up now, and he bought me a razor, told me I need to start shaving. I gave it a go this morning, but I cut myself 4 times and just gave up. I don't know how to shave. Isn't there normally someone that has to teach you? I hate school. I don't see the point. I don't enjoy it anymore. I saw John today too. I haven't seen him in a while. He didn't say happy birthday, but I didn't expect him to. I haven't spoken to him since he got out. We used to be so close. He's changed so much. I don't like his friends. They scare me. They all do drugs and get into fights, get into trouble. Mum's going to be mad tonight. I cheated on my exam and the teacher called her at work. It's a stupid test anyway. I hate maths. I shouted at the teacher and threw my book at her. Someone laughed at me and we got into a fight. Don't know what's happened to me recently. I feel angry all the time. Just want to escape sometimes. Don't really want to go home tonight. I hate making Mum upset, really.
Tom didn't understand why he was getting so angry all the time. He was on the cusp of adulthood and about to become a man, yet he still didn't know how to shave. He hadn't seen his father for 5 years. His dad had got remarried soon after his 10th birthday, and he still saw him sometimes on the weekends. But as the years went by, Tom saw his dad less and less, right up until about his 12th birthday, when he received no presents, no phone call, no birthday card. Nothing. He would never see his father again. But why, he would ask himself, late into the night. It made him so angry and so confused. Is this how relationships work? Is this what you do to people? Is this what I should do to people? It hurt him so much. He was seeing in the news how divorced parents were becoming more of a social norm, but that didn't make it any less painful for him. John was similar. He was getting angry, but he wasn't as good at hiding it as Tom was.
Can't wait to go out tonight. My mate Ryan got us a crate of beer he stole from the corner shop. We are going to get so drunk. I was told I'm not allowed to drink alcohol with my mates anymore. Not in the street. I don't care. Jeff is an idiot. Oh, Jeff, he's my parole officer. I hate him. Always telling me what to do. Acting like he knows me. I only got out of prison last Tuesday. I shouldn't have done what I did. I beat up this old couple with my mate. We jumped them down an alley near the pub, took their wallets and ran. Turns out the old bloke we mugged had hit his head on the pavement. Heard he's still in a coma. That was 18 months ago. Mum sometimes visited me in prison. She didn't like it. I think it scared her, so she stopped coming. She doesn't really talk to me anymore. Dad never visited. Haven't spoken to him since I stole 50 quid out his wallet. My nan said he's moved away somewhere, found himself a girlfriend. Doesn't matter, he was a terrible dad anyway. Jeff got me to look into signing up for the army yesterday. He said I need to grow up, start earning money and providing for my girlfriend. Well, she isn't my girlfriend, I guess. I don't know. We met 2 years ago, that one night when Jordan had some weed. 9 months later, and she has a baby, says it's mine. She came to visit me in prison, brought him in. I don't want a kid, but he deserves better than what I got. Deserves a father, so I may as well join the army.
The two paths were set in motion by the events of that terrible word, divorce. But the paths they walk are made more infinitely special by another word, which is something I would like to discuss. This word is choice. We as humans often slip into a common misconception called correlation of causation, the idea that an outcome has a specific cause. The Tottenham riots, for example, were similar. Prime Minister David Cameron blamed the violence and destruction of this broken society where teenagers grow up in poverty-ridden estates, nurtured by broken families getting angry with their situation and lashing out. That very well might be the case, but let's look at some of the facts. A study conducted by the charity 1+1 concluded that 1 in 3 children will experience parental separation in one form or another. 30% of children born since 2010 were born to unmarried parents. The Office of National Statistics estimates that 42% of marriages in the UK now end in divorce. Nearly half. The story continues. 60% of all children under the age of 16 who grow up in a broken home will experience poverty. Think about that one. And nearly every single child who does experience divorce will show signs of social, cognitive and emotional underdevelopment that will affect them their entire lives. These children are more likely to commit crimes, live unhealthy lifestyles and develop social interaction problems. Could we in fact be living in a broken society? The evidence suggests we are already. But again, it comes back to one word: choice. The very same study also suggests that not every child will develop these problems. In fact, with good parenting and stability after the divorce, a child can move on into adulthood, becoming more driven, more successful, and more accomplished. Statistically, they go on to create their own businesses and become much more career motivated. The issue with the statement of a broken society, which I find, is that it implies the people affected are broken. That stigma is attached to all children who have grown up in a so-called fractured home. That is the problem. There is nothing wrong with the children themselves. It is the choices they make.
I've never sought validation from my father. Divorce has been a part of my life for a long time. Society doesn't dictate my success in life, I do. My mother worked hard to bring me up properly, and there were plenty of opportunities for me to go off the rails, commit crimes, get into trouble, and blame it on my parents' divorce, but I'm the master of my own fate, and I made a choice.
I may have made bad choices growing up. I hurt a lot of people and made a lot of wrong decisions. Can you tell me that you haven't made bad decisions too? Our society isn't broken. People make a choice. Sometimes it's the wrong choice, but at least we have the option to make that choice. When I was younger, I decided to hang out with the wrong people, do things I shouldn't do. I have more than made up for that now, and I'm teaching my son the same thing. It's a matter of choice.
Now, this story may have a sad beginning, but it hasn't ended yet. This story is a true story. This story is my story. My own experience of divorce and growing up in a broken home. Tom's story is my story. You are not sealed by your own fate. Fate is just a word. Repeat it often enough and it loses its meaning to you. You are led by something much more powerful and much more mystifying. You are led by choice. So make the right one.